Ukraine in trouble, as Russia cracked Vovchansk defenses completely. It's day 1333 of Russia's operation in Ukraine. Let's dive deeper. When Ukraine transferred their forces, in order to stop Russian breakthrough on the Eastern Front, it turns out that decision was probably one of their biggest mistakes. Ever since the transfer happened, we are seeing the effects it's having on other fronts, as Ukraine's defenses weaken. And expectedly Russia is absolutely using this to their advantage. However, recently a more worrying situation has emerged. I am not talking about Ukraine losing most of the control of Kupiansk, but two entirely new fronts, Vovchansk and Kherson, are seeing massive changes. We will first look at the Vovchansk front. Ever since Russia first penetrated into Kharkiv from the north, we have seen intense bombardments of the city, to the point where the city has turned into ruins, while seeing almost no changes to the front lines. But when Ukraine transferred their forces to the Pokrovsk front, Russian armed forces activated this front. In our last report, we saw how Russian forces, building upon their advances, started attacking the western part of the city, and were able to take a significant area. At the end of the report, I said Russian sources are expecting more advances in the coming days. And it seems like Ukraine's defenses have given up and are collapsing. After the recent advance, Russian units continued their advance southwards, while their fellow units started pushing Ukrainian forces near the Siversky Donetsk River. It was in the next report confirmed that these two areas had come under Russian control. Now, after detecting the weakness, Russian forces decided to widen their attack and started attacking on almost the entire Vovchansk. Today's report confirmed the worst situation for Ukraine. Russian forces managed to capture these massive areas. This also includes their eastern defense. As you can see, Russian forces in a couple of days have almost doubled their control of the city. Currently, Ukraine doesn't seem to have any answer for Russian attacks. But I am afraid this situation doesn't end here. After recent updates that we are receiving from the Kherson front, the situation there could take a drastic turn. Because of its geographical location, either side had made any major advances since Russian forces withdrew from Kherson. However, Russian forces this year have slowly taken significant areas. Apparently, the risk of Russia crossing the river and attacking Kherson was low, so Ukraine transferred their best brigades to other fronts. And it didn't have any major effect till now. However, Russian forces since May have started crossing the river. It seems like they are attacking three major axes. However, at the moment these are not all-out attacks, but Russian DRGs clearing Ukrainian positions. In the latest update, these areas were captured by Russian forces. However, many Russian sources believe that Russia could in future cross the river with full force. However, I only see these attacks to pin down Ukrainian forces, and not allow them to be sent to the Eastern Front, where important fights are taking place. Subscribe for more frontline updates. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below.